Well, hello there. It is I, the Bearded One, Andy Singer, here with the lovely and talented and amazing, and we can just keep going on with all the things, but it's Dakota Sky Singer.
It's me.
It's me. Me.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Good is
to
pretty.
hear. I know.
Good is pretty. We were just kind of sitting around, and we didn't know if we wanted to do a Bearded Babble, and we really had nothing to talk about, and we decided that's probably the best time to do a Bearded Babble, is to just jump on and really have nothing to talk about, because that's considered a babble.
It is. It's a normal conversation where you just babble.
Babble.
That's
Babble.
that's that.
But we were talking previously, and we were discussing the creative process, because that's something that I think is, would you say, taking over in this house?
Definitely, yeah. I feel like we all have our own creativity with you and, the podcast and, figuring things out. Mom with her amazing organization and how she's, changing stuff in the house that haven't been changed in years. And it's a huge difference, me with my endeavors. And then Jaden with his drawing.
Sneezing. Yeah.
That too, I mean.
Jaden with his drawings. But it has been a very creative process. We've all been really doing a lot of different things, a lot of things that I think we kind of shelved or didn't know what to do. Again, I think the past 3 years, COVID times.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have the time for it.
It threw everything off, and we didn't know what was going to happen or what to do. And it's great now that we finally said, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, obviously I am homeschooled now, but I was in school, so I didn't have the time. And if I did have the time, I didn't want to spend the time doing stuff. I just wanted to have fun and talk to friends, and instead of, trying to start something that, would take up a lot of energy when all of my energy was already being used during school. So now, being homeschooled and having more time and less classes, it's just, gives me more time, and I enjoy it, so.
Well, and you're a night owl too. I mean, I hear you creeping around the house at very late hours of the nights, and that's okay. I mean, that's what you do. You sleep late, and if you were in school, you'd be getting up probably 5:30 every morning, and probably not getting home till 5:30.
Well, that's my creative process. A big part of it includes like walking around. Like I need sometimes just to walk around and just think of ideas while like quickly pacing around a room, and that's where it really stems ideas.
So that's part of your creative process, is the late night
running around the house. Yeah.
Now, what do you do? Because I've heard you sometimes too on the stairs. What do you do? Just like jog up and down the stairs at night? That's like a workout, creative.
Yeah, it's just like I'll like have a couple tissues in my room, and I'll like take one tissue, run downstairs, put it in the trash can, run back up, take another tissue, like that. Because it gives me and I'm just like running up and down the stairs while just thinking of ideas.
And you have a reason why you're doing it. Well, I got to throw another tissue out. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, I have to take this down now. Too bad.
Very interesting and fun.
Yeah.
And fun. It's a fun way of cleaning up.
Exactly. Doing everything very tediously.
Now, again, I know how much creative juices are flowing there, but you are working on a video game. You're working on music. You're working on writing. What else? I know there's a million things going on with you. Learning instruments.
Yeah, instruments. I want to learn 3D art. I'm not really a big drawing person, but I recently discovered 3D art, and that's just a whole can of worms that I really want to check out. So.
And we'll discuss that later about now what's the next program we'll be buying for you. But
no, I use Blender. Blender's free. So.
All right. We just gave our first free promotion, I guess, to Blender.
Blender. It's a great. It's good for a lot of different things. Animation, sculpting, drawing too.
All right. Free shout out to why not? So again, getting back to the creative process, I've talked about this, I think the first time I had you on. I definitely want to say thank you to you. And I think this is something that we all do in this house, is we all feed off each other. We all bounce off each other. Once one starts going further, and I'm sure I'm going to say it was you that probably led the way of getting me going and doing things, of Mom going and doing things. Because we just saw how much you were doing with the games, with the music, with everything that you were creating, with the art, with the beads, There's so much stuff with you, and I think it pushed us, and it made us want to create the music room down here. We're all kind of musically inclined, and it's nice now that there's a place that can come, and it's nice. Part of my workout in the morning now is I sit down at the drum set, and I just do it just a basic, and it just feels good just to get back into it. Not doing anything crazy yet, but it's so therapeutic.
Definitely, yeah. I think my inspiration, like your inspiration, comes from me and what I talk to about. But I think my inspiration was the friends that I made. I mean, in the last couple of months, I've made some amazing friends, and they're all like insanely talented, and they're all around my age. So it was kind of that like boost of motivation of like, oh my gosh, if they can do this at my age and be so talented and motivated, then so can I. And I even had a time where one of my friends too, I sent one of my songs, and they said that they were inspired by me and how I can make music at my age, and how they want to learn, and they know that they can because I make music too. And I just thought that was really cool, because I was like, oh, I inspired someone. Like, all my friends have inspired me, but I can also inspire them.
It's a wonderful feeling knowing that something that you did or said or created, sparked something in someone else. And I don't think a lot of people realize, just by being yourself. This isn't easy. I mean, you know the real truth. Today was a little bit of a rough day in this house, and my mood wasn't as smiley as it is right now. But once we sit down, and once this happens, and once the energy changes, it becomes good again. And you're finding, and it's something that I've talked about in the past on many of things, about energy, and about finding people with a good energy, with a positive energy, that is going to support your energy and help boost your energy, not drain your energy.
Yes.
And it's wonderful that when you do find friends like that, that can help your energy, and you can help their energy, and that's a thing. And it's about the energy, and the energy helps the creative process.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a history of, very not so
interesting friends.
And then even like, recently, last couple of months, I just had very draining, unsupportive friendships. So, that change too, I think, was also like huge, and what really gave me this like huge surge of motivation that I'm still like riding on, because it was just so amazing just to have like so many new people, and they're so supportive and caring and have so many ideas, and I'll tell them an idea. And they'll give me like 5 more ideas, and then I'll give them 5 more ideas, and now we're working together, and now, they're asking if they need any help, or if I need any help, and, it's just vice versa, where we're just helping each other out, and it's just really, really motivating.
How important is it, and this is something that we've gone through in this house a couple of times, but just to talk to everyone, because it's an important thing when you realize, people are going to come in and out of your life. Some are going to be there for a long time. Some are going to be there for a short time. Some are going to bring good. Some are going to bring bad. You don't know. You just have to realize it's not cutting someone off, but when the energy is no longer good, you have to, I guess, cut the ties.
Yeah, I mean, people change, and that it will include yourself. You look at yourself 5 years ago, and you're not the same person, and that's what happens to everybody. And so sometimes you'll even have a great friend who's always been there and has always been great, but you two start to change and you go different paths, and you might just not work together anymore. And even though it's like that, oh, but we were great friends, we were so compatible, it's like you can try to spark the flame, and sometimes it will work, but if it's just really not working, then you just have to let go and understand that there still are great people, and you still are going to meet someone great. It's not like they're the only person left. Like, there is a lot of people out there, and a lot of great people. So, it's just like not holding on and being scared of like, oh, but what if I can't find someone like them? Because you will. You definitely will. Personal experience, you will.
Again, I just look at her just with a lot of pride. I'm very proud of this one right here. I can see this show is going to probably change soon. I can see that people are going to want to see her speak more than me. We're going to have to change this to whatever you're going to change the podcast to, because I can see you taking over. Yeah, but it's true. It's life. True friends, you can have friends that you may not speak to for years. I mean, me being the old dinosaur that I am, I mean, I have friends that I may not have spoken to in 20, 30 years. And if we connect, whether it's on social media or bump into each other or something like that, some people you just, okay, it's there. You know, like I said, other people, you're just going to go your separate ways, and that's fine. That's part of life. It's part of growth. Exactly. And that's a big thing that you said too. You're not who you were 5 years ago. You're not who you were a year ago. We grow, we change, our needs change. I don't put that in a way of needs, but our energy needs change. The people that we would like to have around us.
Well, yeah, for example, I mean, like a couple years ago, I mean, I was also younger, so it's difficult, you know, to talk from my perspective because obviously I'm like growing up. So
I'm the dinosaur, you're the...
There's a different type of change, but, you know, a couple years ago I was just, you know, just looking for friends just to hang out and talk to, but now I'm looking for more people who are creative and supportive and, you know, just more creative, like-minded people in that sense, which I still love having friends that, you know, I don't want to say they aren't creative, but, you know, they don't, you know, take on a lot of projects because they have other things going on or, you know, they just have other interests. But, you know, generally I surround myself mostly with people who are very creative and supportive and just, yeah.
Yeah. And you're a very creative and supportive person yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it feeds back and forth.
It's mutual.
Yeah. And again, thank you to your friends too, because that helped us get the music set
Yes.
going here. What other? Getting back to the creative process. What now? This is something that again I get to see a lot of. You showed me on your laptop the other day, just how you're working on your video game and the way you laid everything out just for your character development, and basically who your characters are, and creating them. And again, I've been fortunate enough to, at my dinosaur age, I've met a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people, some amazing people. And I see things in you at your young age that I've seen people with unbelievable experience and accolades and things that they've done that you do. And like I know I didn't say much yesterday when you showed me that, but I was like, wow, like how did that's like so far advanced. And we've been talking recently about possibly college or what specialty school and I said it before and I'll say it again. I believe that you have more self-experience than people that have gone to school for I don't know how many years. You just amaze me, and I think it's your self-learning. And you're a YouTube kid. Mm-hmm. You grew up when you had a question. A lot of times, it was YouTube.
Yeah.
It was, and you taught me that too because I was like having problems with things, and you're like YouTube. Like
yeah, I was like, go on YouTube, look it up.
It's everything. I learned that with the classic Mini Cooper. I spent a lot of time on YouTube because I couldn't find out much here in America, and I would find the British YouTube classic Mini Cooper stuff. Mm-hmm. But you're self-taught. You are amazingly so. I mean, music, art, everything that you focus on, you're self-taught.
I think the best, like, I guess, piece of advice that I would give or reason as to why I do that is, like, analyzing things. I feel like that's just, like, so important. I even saw, too, somewhere on social media, I saw someone who had, like, an amazing change in their art where they showed their art from 1 year ago and then they showed their art a year later and it had just this amazing improvement that, you know, to others it looked like it would take years to do. And then when someone asked them like, oh, like, how did you do this? They just said, I just studied art. I looked at other people's art and I just studied it. And I feel like that is, like, you can learn the groundwork of, like, how to make music. You can learn music theory and all of that. But I feel like also another great way is to actually listen to the music and try and, you know, write down the notes and try and figure out how it's done. And I mean, that's what I do with video games. I study video games and I see what make them really good and what make them really bad and what I dislike about them. And it's just like, I think that learning is good, but analyzing from what you already love makes it even better. Because then you're able to take what you love about a certain thing and then put it all together and combine it with your own so that it, you know, has its own unique feel, but it's something that works. So.
How important is outside feedback to you direct comments or someone speaking on what you did. In this day and age, you have to be careful how much you allow in, because there could be a lot of negative. But at the same time, you also have to look at it and say, okay, do they have a point there? And if not, then move on. But if so, then...
I mean, I don't really share too much of my work with, like, the general public. It's just mostly I just share with close friends and family. And, you know, sometimes certain people are more critical than others, and some people are more, like, nicer than others, or they give more advice than others. I have, like, one friend that's very, like, good with critical, like, very, very nice, but really will give, like, good feedback. And, like, I know who to go to if I really want, like, specific feedback. But even when I was, you know, on social media a bit more and posting some of my other work, I would get good feedback. And the majority would be, you know, nice and supportive. The occasional hate comment here and there, that's just normal. And, you know, it's not like anything that affected me, because it's like, it's good to have a hate comment, because then you know, like, okay, these are like real people who are genuinely watching and enjoying your stuff. But then I'd get good feedback too, that, you know, sometimes I'd be like, but then I'd be like, no, they're right. But then even sometimes too, that, you know, it's just kind of an opinion that they have, and you don't always want to, you know, change because one person said it wasn't good, because it's just their opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I can be very critical, and I think that you're the same way as me in that fact. I'm very critical of my work. I look at everything. I want it to be, you know, as close to perfect as possible. I know I'm not going to get perfect, but the best I can, and it carries over. And you know too, I'm pretty open and honest with you about things. I mean, Mom knows, you know, she's a graphic designer, and when she's working on big projects, I know a lot of times she'll ask me, and she will ask me because she knows that I'm not just going to come in and go, oh, that's great. I always give my opinion. And whether she takes it or not, at least it's another way of looking at it. And that's something that, like I said, I've learned, that you do have to take outside advice. Getting this going, I think I was looking for the weird thing about this whole thing is I was looking for a lot of outside advice. I was studying other podcasts. I was looking at things. And then I finally said, you know what, let me just sit down and just do it.
Yeah, there comes to a point where you just have to start trying. You just can't keep, like, that's the thing too with, like, tutorials and analyzing and stuff, is you could do so much, but it just gets to a point where it's like you just got to sit down and try, and then from there figure out what you need to improve. Because, you know, you can make something without expecting it to be the final draft, and then later on going back and seeing how you've improved and what you can improve, and you got to start somewhere.
Keep moving forward and keep learning. And again, I'm grateful to you for, like I said, today was one of those days where I could have easily just said, you know what, not tonight. I'm just tired. It was a rough day. But she was here, and she's ready to go, and she is the inspiration. So I know pretty soon, like I said, this will probably be changed to the Hot Piss podcast. Are we going to?
I like Bearded Babble. I think Bearded Babble's pretty cool.
Well, I thank you. Well, I think we've had a pretty good conversation here tonight.
We have.
Really, that's what I love about doing this, is sitting down with absolutely nothing written, nothing planned, a word, and then going, okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's see where it goes. I'm going to say it again. Looking over and watching you is an extremely proud moment. You are. I'm going to give you. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to probably get it wrong. Let's see. Nope, I got it wrong. That's what I wanted to give you. But you deserve laughter too. So it's.
Thanks. I think this is crickets. Yes.
See, you know.
See,
you know. I'm telling you, this is going to be your show before we know it. It's heading that direction. But thank you again. Thank you for just being you.
You're welcome.
And that's what I always say. Keep being you. Thank you for being you.
Yay.
Yay. When you're done with your water?
Yes. Okay.
What would you like to finish off with tonight? Today, this morning, whatever time it is.
I don't know. Thank you for having me. I guess, you know.
You are the best. Until we do it again, peace, love, and laughter.